Public education in Twinsburg began in 1822 when a single log school was built on the southwest section of the town square. It was built with money and land donated by Moses and Aaron Wilcox. The school was the first public building in Twinsburg. It was also used as a town hall and a church. In 1835, the township was divided into 10 school districts. Each district had its own school, supervised by a school board from its own district. Heating of the school was a responsibility of the students and parents. They were required to provide 1/3 of a cord of stacked wood each year, or pay 75 cents. The school year was divided into a 6-month summer session, usually taught by women, and a 3-month winter session, usually taught by men. Teachers' pay ranged from $6 to $12 a month. In 1853, the number of school districts was reduced from 10 to 7. The log school houses were demolished and replaced with new wood frame schools. In 1885, a bond issue was passed to replace the school on the east side of the town square. The new District 1 school was built just south of the square and dedicated in 1886. From 1886 through 1920, there were 119 graduates from this school. In 1910, the people of Twinsburg voted in favor of centralizing the schools. An additional 5 acres of land adjoining the school and Tinker's Creek was purchased for $800 by 3 local citizens. The land was given to the school board with the understanding they would eventually be repaid. The school board contracted horse-drawn wagons to transport students to and from school. The school districts were closed. Most were demolished, but a few were purchased and converted into homes. In 1920, a bond was passed to replace Twinsburg's first central school. The new school was built behind the old school. It was completed in 1921, and the old school was demolished. In July 1945, Twinsburg's principal, Roy Kelsey, was killed in southern Ohio by a drunk driver. Mr. Kelsey was replaced by Mr. Glenn Powell. Mr. Powell resigned in May 1949 after a dispute with a student. Mr. Powell was replaced by Twinsburg history teacher, Mr. William Mercer. In 1951, Principal Mercer is called back to active duty in the U.S. Navy and served in the Korean War from 1951 to 1953. Kindergarten classes were held in the town hall from 1946 to 1952. Students had to use the bathrooms in the police department, which was in the basement. During 1946 to 1948, kindergarten classes were privately funded by local fundraisers. In 1952, 11 classrooms were added to the school to make room for the baby boomers. Kindergarten classes were moved from the town hall to the new school addition. After construction of the Chrysler plant and Glenwood Acres, overcrowding at the school worsened. Students were required to attend classes in the Congregational Church, Twinsburg Grange, and the Bissell Coleman Building. In 1957, ground was broken for a new high school. Due to soil conditions, the new school had to be set back from the road an additional 200 feet. The school was named after Dr. Robert Burns Chamberlain, who was a lifelong resident of Twinsburg, who practiced medicine in Twinsburg for 52 years. In August of 1958, students, staff, and citizens helped move desks, books, and equipment into R.B. Chamberlain High. Classes started in the fall of 1958. From 1921 through 1958, 602 students graduated from the old school. In 1959, a cafeteria, gymnasium, and industrial arts wing was added to R.B. Chamberlain. In 1960, the new Wilcox Elementary School was completed just north of the square. The school was named after the Wilcox twins, Moses and Aaron. A junior high, library, and arts wing was added to R.B. Chamberlain. In 1964, the Bissell Elementary School was completed on Glenwood Drive. It was named after Reverend Samuel Bissell, who left the Congregational Church to open the Twinsburg Institute. During its existence, the Twinsburg Institute instructed over 6,000 students. In 1970, Twinsburg built a new junior high school. It was named Dodge Junior High to honor George Dodge, a well-known and highly respected custodian from the old school. In the 1990s, school overcrowding triggered construction of a new high school. After 3 years of planning, the new high school was completed. On January 3, 1999, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade students began attending classes in the new high school. During its existence as a high school between 1959 and 1998, R.B. Chamberlain had 5,363 graduates. After the new high school opened, R.B. Chamberlain became a middle school for 7th and 8th graders. Dodge Junior High became an intermediate school for 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. Samuel Bissell Elementary was restricted to 2nd and 3rd graders, and Wilcox Primary School was limited to kindergarten and 1st graders. Here is a 90-second summary of public education in Twinsburg over the past 193 years.